money on money, yeah.
All I want is credit. Imran Nerdy kicking us off. Track called Money. Welcome to the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. It's community and finance night. How are your finances, Steve? What is it that you want? Money. The ability to make money. As in cash money. Or do you want credit? Right now I want you to call a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend of a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call up somebody, anybody, everybody, let them know. It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. Community and finance night. I want to say big ups to those who are locked in from near and far. Those locked in the UK. One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys. Yeah, bright and early over there in the UK. Only money there, we go spend. Give me one rock up, one rock. King Genius, Queen Genius, always putting in the work. Much love. Those locked in on TuneIn Radio on the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. Welcome, welcome. Big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Mr. Lindsay, enjoy the cruise, sir. Are you going mad? Are you want me to stay there? Give me one rock up, one rock. Pass me the papers. Big ups to those who are locked in on to New Jersey. Still feeling a little bit of a chill. But no worries. Eventually you'll cool, you'll warm up. Outside of that, Florida is open. NIE Radio, one of New Jersey's finest, the motivator. $4, $5, $6. No blessings, bro. Big ups to those over there on Mix102.com. And their sister station in Jamaica, Earth 96 FM. Blessing symbol. Putting in the work. Locked in out to New York. Exhibiting the power of music. Island worldwide. Jen and Nicole. Gary. The Jump Out production crew. Much love to each and every one of you. Those bubbling on Zeno FM. In the stew pot. Those on Clubhouse. Also bubbling in the stew pot. Much love to ya. Those locked in on YouTube Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. La, see you.
Money, money and money, yeah. Money and money, yeah. Money on.
I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors. Pulse Media Group. When being in a moment is priceless, go ahead and give them a call. They have the finger on the pulse on how to stream an event live on a secure platform, and it is your own or someone else's. Or if you're looking for somewhere to host your website. Somebody in the community, somebody just like you. Connect with Pulse Media Group. I just link me 773-789 Kevin Stew. I say, hey, how can I get in touch with the Pulse people and sort out my thing? I got you. I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. This past Saturday night, I saw her get to work live and in living color. Yeah, Mystic had his album launch. And one of the media personalities from here in South Florida had a stiff neck. She sat him down on a chair. $3, $4. Got to work a little bit. $6. No, say man want more dollars. I told him, listen, just don't fall asleep. And that's one of her only requests, outside of paying her, that you get off her table when she's done and go sleep somewhere else. So give her a call, 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Say, Althea, I need a massage. I'm in North Miami-Dade, I'm in Broad County, I'm in South Palm Beach. Or I'm scheduled to be there. You have any openings? And if you want a couple's massage, she can do that too. I want to say thank you to the Global Base. The Global Base navigates your journey across music, marketing, and more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery. So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity, unbounded and free, just like their consultation, free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, event promotion, marketing. You won't be disappointed. Connect with them. The Global Base, DAGlobalBASE.com. Let them know Kevin Stew sent you. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. With McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands. They're a veteran-owned, licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. So if you're moving or you want to move from Pensacola to Palm Beach, from Jacksonville to the Keys, Naples to Pompano, and all points in between, Go ahead and check with McNeil Trucking. Give them a call, 954-406-9740. You want to move some things into storage. You don't have the manpower, you don't have the vehicle to transport. Don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. You want to move out of town? You want to move into town? State-wise. Yeah, man, they go across state lines too. McNeil Trucking, 954-406-9740. Your goods in good hands. Thank you, McNeil Trucking. Don't be afraid to call my name when you call them, here. Imran Nerdy. A track called Money. Is that what you want?
All I want is cash. Bring my paper fast, so that I can dance. All I want is money. All I want is cash. Bring my paper.
So in this time of uncertainty, because, you know, let's face it, right now things are a little bit sketchy. We're not too sure what is going on with the economy. Y'all hear that? Or just me? It's in my head. I hear music playing somewhere. I hear it. I know I hear it. And I can hear it in the headphone too. Is where it is. Okay. That's weird. I am hearing this somewhere. Somewhere other than here. And it's echoing. Y'all hear the echo? Or is it just me? Please, let me know. 773-789-STEW. Drop me a line. Or if you're... Oh, so Lala says it's in my head. Is it? Is it really? I don't know. All right. No. It's somewhere. It's somewhere else. Other than in my head. All right. I'm going to go on because it's going to drive me nuts. In this time of recession, we don't quite know what exactly is happening in the economy, but something going on, right? And so we push through, some of us, those who can, those who have the resources to, and or we wonder how we're going to push through. But what exactly is a recession? And is there anybody that benefits from a recession? Back in 2007 through 2009, there was what was known as the Great Recession. And according to Federal Reserve History.org, the 2007 to 2009 economic crisis was deep and protracted enough to become known as the Great Recession. Greetings, Magical Merlin. And was followed by what was, by some measures, a long but unusually slow recovery. The period known as the Great Moderation came to an end when the decade-long expansion in U.S. housing market actively peaked in 2006, and residential construction began declining in 2007. Losses on mortgage-related financial assets began to cause strains in global financial markets, and in December of 2007, the U.S. economy entered a recession. That year, several large financial firms experienced financial distress, and many financial markets experienced significant turbulence in response. The Federal Reserve provided liquidity and support through a range of programs motivated by desire to improve the functioning of financial markets and institutions, and thereby limit the harm to the U.S. economy. Nonetheless, in the fall of 2008, the economic contraction worsened, ultimately becoming deep enough and protracted enough to acquire the label the Great Recession. While the US economy bottomed out in the middle of 2009, the recovery in the years immediately following was by some measures unusually slow. The Federal Reserve has provided unprecedented monetary accommodation in response to the severity of the contraction and the gradual pace of the ensuing recovery. In addition, the financial crisis led to a range of major reforms in banking and financial regulation, congressional legislation that significantly affected the Federal Reserve. The recession and crisis followed an extended period of expansion in U.S. housing construction, home prices, and housing credit. The expansion began in the 1990s and continued unabated through 2001. The 2001 recession, accelerating in the mid-2000s, averaging with average home prices in the United States more than doubling between 1998 and 2006. You hear people talk about the good old days? Yeah, it was before that. The sharpest increase recorded in US history, and even larger gains were recorded in some regions. Some home ownership in this period rose from 64% in 1994 to 69% in 2005. And residential investment grew from about 4.5% of the US gross domestic product, GDP, to about 6.5% over the same period. Roughly 40% of the net private sector job creation between 2001 and 2005 was accounted for by employment in housing-related sectors. The expansion in the housing sector was accompanied by an expansion in home mortgage borrowing by U.S. households. Mortgage debt of U.S. households rose from 61% of GDP in 1998 to 97% in 2006. A number of factors appear to have contributed to the growth in home mortgage debt in the period after the 2001 recession. The Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, maintained a low federal funds rate, and some observers have suggested that by keeping interest rates low for a prolonged period and by only increasing them as a measured pace after 2004, the Federal Reserve contributed to the expansion in housing market activity. However, other analysts have suggested that such factors can only account for a small portion of the increase in housing activity. Now, moreover, the historically low level of interest rates may have been due in part to large accumulations of savings in some emerging market economies, which acted to depress interest rates globally. Others point to the growth of the market for mortgage-backed securities as contributing to the increase in borrowing. Historically, it was difficult for borrowers to obtain mortgages if they were perceived as a poor credit risk. perhaps because of below average credit history or the inability to provide a large down payment. Here I tell you, I want credit. A lot of people want money. I want credit. But during the early and mid 2000s, high risk or subprime mortgages were offered by lenders who repackaged these loans into securities. The result was a large expansion in access to housing credit, helping to fuel the subsequent increase in demand that bid up home prices nationwide. Now, of course, there is some effect on the financial sector, and there were some effects on the broader economy during this time. Financial regulation got affected also because when, and I don't know how many of you remember this happening, when the financial market turmoil had subsided, attention naturally turned to reforms to the financial sector and its supervision and regulation, motivated by a desire to avoid similar events in the future. A number of measures have been proposed or put in place to reduce the risk of financial distress. For traditional banks, there are significant increases in the amount of required capital overall, with larger increases for so-called systematically important institutions. Liquidity standards will, for the first time, formally limit the amount of banks' maturity transformation, and regular stress testing will help both banks and regulators understand risks and will force banks to use earnings to build capital instead of paying dividends as conditions deteriorate. The Dodd-Frank Act of 2010 also created new provisions for the treatment of large financial institutions. For example, the Financial Stability Oversight Council has the authority to designate non-traditional credit intermediaries, systemically important financial institutions, or SIFIs, which subjects them to the oversight of the Federal Reserve. The Act also created an Orderly Liquidation Authority, OLA, which allows the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, to wind down certain institutions when the firm's failure is expected to pose a great risk to the financial system. Another provision of the Act requires large financial institutions to create living wills, so to speak, which are detailed plans laying out how the institution could be resolved under U.S. Bankruptcy Code without jeopardizing the rest of the financial system or requiring government support. Like the Great Depression of the 1930s and the Great Inflation of the 1970s, the financial crisis of 2008 and the ensuing recession are vital areas of study for economists and policymakers. While it may be many years before the causes and consequences of these events are fully understood, the effort to untangle them is an important opportunity for the Federal Reserve and other agencies to learn lessons that can inform future policy. As we are on the verge, on the cusp of a recession, because that's a talk right now, right? I didn't even put up the topic for tonight, I'm sorry. Topic is recession. Who benefits? So as this looms over our head right now, what are we in store for? Are housing markets gonna be affected the way they were in between 2007 and 2009? Is it going to be like it was in the 1930s. What is it that we're looking to face as we enter into a recession, possibly enter into a recession? And what can be revealed, or what can we benefit from entering into a period of recession? You know, just some questions on my mind. What kind of questions as it relates to recession are on your mind? And who is affected? Is there a particular group that stands to benefit from a recession? There are ways that we can be affected when it comes to recessions. And when we come back from the break, we're going to look at some of those ways. But before we do so, oh no, we're going to take a break now. And I just want to remind you real quickly, of course, to get your copy of the audiobook, Empowered. I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense is authored by Jonathan Field and narrated, the audiobook is narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew. It's available on Audible. So all you have to do is look for Empowered. You can use Empowered Jonathan Field, Empowered Kevin Stewart, and search for the audiobook. And just download one for yourself and one for a family member and one for a friend. And gift it. If everyone gives a copy to someone, then a lot of people will get it. And if they in turn go ahead and gift it and pass it on, then everyone will be empowered. I learned a lot from narrating this book. You'll learn a lot from listening to it. It's not just for women, it's for men too. So don't be shy. Go ahead, get your copy today. Want to say big ups and thanks to One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation for doing the work that they do, holding government officials accountable in Jamaica. And they've done so by filing access to information requests, by continuing on news items and digging deeper behind what initially is in the headline. So they don't let news and information die a 9-day wonder. So congrats and keep on doing the good work, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. If you want to hear directly what they're doing, you can tune in to Reason with Rattigan, happening each and every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Reggae Global Radio. And you can also catch Isaac Buchanan on Thursdays on Reggae Global Radio with Context Matters. And he'll sometimes pass through and sit in on the panel on Reason with Rattigan. But as he also embarked on the journey to become a politician himself, Isat, who is known as an attorney, human rights attorney, some people know him as Vibes Cartel's attorney, is doing a lot of work in East Portland in Jamaica. And one of his projects is to equip some high school students with tablets. So you can go and find out more about that. Just look up Isaac Buchanan, or you can connect with me and I can connect you with him to get some more information about that. All right.
Is your church, business, or private event at risk of being left behind? Then let Pulse eMedia Group be your one-stop shop to capture your vision and mission for your business or showcase your church through live streaming. Celebrate your memories through photos and videos for your wedding, youth concerts, women's ministries, and men's outreach programs in action. We will even help you develop specialized ads to enhance and expand your opportunities to reach new clients and new seekers to better serve your community. At Pulse eMedia Group, it's not either or. Call us at 754-999-1140. Pulse eMedia Group.
Refrigerators run. Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Yes, this is Ed Robinson, and I endorse Sendwave. Hey, want to send money to your family and friends in Jamaica easily? And that's with no transfer fees. Then Sendwave is the answer. With Sendwave, you send money fast and simple, right from your phone. No transfer fees. Your family can pick up cash at any Lasco, JMMB, and VMBS locations across the island, or get it straight into their bank account. Plus, get $20 credit on your first transfer with promo code RG Radio before November 30th. Download the Sendwave app now. Sendwave makes money off the exchange rate. FX fees are subject to change. Sendwave.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Chew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin's Chew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Chew, believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christine. It's a hot it up. Loud.
And this a real life story. It's time to get going. No, real life story. Full time, yeah. 12 a.m. when midnight starts. I mean that with the midnight touch. House lockdown, one light on cars. I got to reach it. I'm in the starts in the million days. But me I work is a million sweat. Daily me make a million steps, cause I got to reach for make it in a life from a dream. Some a planet want make more greens than trees for the planet. Don't get me wrong, greed me and stay from it, but life short like 12 lines to a sonnet. Hard for achieve and my mind conceive. That's why me a tough it out real concrete. Goals in a life you want and needs. You can't reach till you plant one seed. That's why 12 a.m. when midnight starts. I mean that with the midnight touch. House lockdown, one light on cars. I got to reach it. Ay, I'm in the starts of the millions, yeah. But we are work is a million sweat. Daily me make a million steps, cause I got to reach it. Problems for my chest, I'ma feel like my woulda bench press 5. Duty call now with a ring like S5. To the top, man, I see no express line. Work hard, no wait till next time. If you are study for your test, I sell juice like that. I beg you, do your best, you can't lose like that. No, focus, not confused like that. I make the two ends meet like hands on the clock. Was 12 a.m. midnight start. I mean that with the midnight touch. House lockdown, one light on cars. I got to reach it. I'm in the starts of the millions, yeah. But we are work is a million sweat. Daily me make a million steps, cause got to reach it, yeah. Real life story. It's time to get going. No, real life story. Full time. Yeah, your real life story. It's time to get going. No, real life story. Full time. 12 a.m. when midnight starts. I mean that with the midnight touch. House lockdown, one light on cars. I got to reach it. I'm in the stars of the million.
Music from Denver down, bringing us back from the break. track is called 12 a.m. Reach It. Well, you know, you got to put in the work. I told y'all I was hearing a noise, you know. Lala said it was in my head. It wasn't in my head. There was a device that was on. I muted it. Welcome back, y'all. It's Community and Finance Night. We're looking at recession. And we ask the question, who benefits? Lala says in the chat, big businesses will always benefit. Small businesses, entrepreneurs, lower and middle class will see negative impacts. Tax laws and tax breaks tend to lessen the impact on big businesses. Yes and no. All right. Who remembers what happened during COVID? Because in COVID was businesses didn't quite thrive like they used to, but there were some businesses that did, and a lot of them were not your big businesses. Well, some of them were, and a lot of businesses closed down in that period too, where the country was pretty much on lockdown. But what did manage to thrive was things like delivery services, food delivery, goods deliveries. Those were thriving. I guess customer services, because there are more people that had questions and less people to answer them at this point, right? So there were some agencies, some businesses that did thrive. Now, when you come to a recession where the country isn't shut down, but businesses are shutting down because there's a problem in the economy, I guess that's something different. According to bankrate.com, recessions are more than just a slowing economy, volatile stock market, and a bad spell of data. Behind the numbers and the jargon, you find people, real people, and you find livelihoods that are at stake. There are people that take their own lives when it comes to a period of recession because they don't know and they can't see an end in sight. And so for them, the only way is to end it. Think about the economy as an ecosystem. Each decision made by a business, financial institution, or a person has ripple effects throughout the entire financial system. Recession-fearing investors make markets volatile. That then, in turn, limits publicly traded firms across access to cash. Fewer consumers out shopping weighs on firms' sales, forcing businesses to cut costs to make ends meet. Joblessness can further exacerbate belt tightening among consumers, perpetuating even more unemployment. We've seen some of this happen already. We're seeing some of it happen now. We saw where a number of government entities have laid off people. And a number of these people that are laid off have nowhere to go, no jobs to go into. And that right there is the makings, in my eyes, of a recession. How it look to you? Figuring out which comes first is like playing a game of chicken or the egg. But for everyday Americans, it's often the effect that matters more than the cause. Well, I guess it's the same for people anywhere that are facing a recession. In Jamaica, there's talk of a recession, but the government is saying, no such thing. We're doing well. We have the one of the highest rates of unemployment. Sorry. One of the highest rates of employment in a long time based on the models. But then again, if you look closely at that model, at the tool that is used to measure that unemployment, you'd ask another question. You'd ask several questions. And so the information that you receive is important, and where you receive the information from is even more important. Jamie Peters, who is a financial professor at Maryville University, made this quote. He said, "A mild recession is a cold. A deep recession is the flu. And a depression is long COVID." So you have the recession, and a recession that has gone on for too long and has gotten too bad is a depression. Economists in a Bankrate poll said there's a 64% chance of a recession by the end of 2023. We're in 2025 now. Do you see it? Are you experiencing it? But they went on to say, don't panic. Not all recessions are as severe as the coronavirus pandemic or the Great Recession that happened before it, back in 2007 through 2009. Yet understanding how recessions impact you can help you form a better financial game plan when a downturn does inevitably hit. So now, here we are. And we're hearing talks coming out of the White House about a recession. Here's what a recession means for most of us and our wallets, and some of the ways that we can make life feel a little bit different. Recessions can lead to job loss, and how long you're out of work depends on the severity of the downturn. If we look at the examples of recessions in US history, especially recent, they have some things in common and some factors that set them apart, according to Mark Hamrick, a Bankrate senior economic analyst. What they have in common is that the economy's downturn puts Americans' personal finances at some risk and is actually damaging for some others. Businesses often go into survival mode in the middle of a downturn. Facing a slowing economy, they may abandon their expansion mindset, and instead they're finding ways to cut costs. They might delay investments or sideline new projects that seemed smart when the economy was still growing. At the worst, they might slash departments or shed workers, and maybe even shut down altogether. Throughout every recession, joblessness has increased. Every recession. How much depends on the nature of the downturn. During the coronavirus pandemic, joblessness surged to 14.7%, the highest since the Great Depression. Yet, they didn't classify that as a depression. And I wonder if anybody noticed that. The greatest joblessness percent rate since the Great Depression, but it wasn't considered a depression. Joblessness has been in double digits during 3 recessions since the 1980s. There was the dot-com bubble peak, the Great Recession peak, and the coronavirus pandemic peak. The difference with these 3, when you look at them on a graph or on a chart, is that whereas the coronavirus pandemic peak was the highest of the 3, it was the only one that had the sharpest incline and decline. So the other 2 kind of have your bell curve. But the coronavirus is a straight pin. That's how it looks when you look at it on a chart. And you can find it on the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can find it on the bankrate.com, has an article with it in it. You can find it in a few places. Americans don't stop feeling the effect of a recession after they've lost their job. How long it takes them to find new employment depends on the state of the financial system, the industry they work in, and how many companies out there are strong enough financially to weather the downturn. At one time during the Great Recession, 45% of those who were jobless were unemployed for more than 6 months, a level even the coronavirus pandemic did not eclipse. Americans might also be underemployed, working temporary jobs or fewer hours than they'd prefer. Others might take jobs outside of their field just to make ends meet. The number of Americans who take part-time jobs for so-called economic reasons has climbed throughout every recession in record dating back to the 1950s. Recessions often reduce your job prospects and diminish your job security. It's another thing that happens. Even those who are lucky enough to remain employed, recessions affect you. If workers witness their employer slash projects or know peers who have lost jobs, they often end up feeling scared for their income or are stressed out about proving their value. Those apprehensions often culminate in a smaller share of workers job hopping or leaving their positions, which is long seen as a sign of economic confidence. The share of workers quitting their jobs has plunged during each of the past 3 recessions, since the Department of Labor began tracking the measure in the late 2000s. Workers who found a new, better paying job over the past year, they're feeling more apprehension about their job security. If you're in a recession and hearing all of this news about layoffs or companies slowing hiring, then you might be a little more hesitant to decide to switch or take on a new job. According to Anne Elizabeth Conkle, who is an economist at the Indeed hiring lab, a fear when the news of layoffs circulates is if you take a new job 2 weeks later, are you going to be the first to get laid off? Because you know how it goes, right? Last in, first out. Employers slashed 1.1 million jobs in August of 2019. The most on record when excluding cuts tied to the coronavirus pandemic. Though vacancies bounced back in September, they had to cut jobs in August. Whether it's tied to reduced appetite to hire or fewer businesses, job openings also plunge in a downturn and tend to take years to recover. In the aftermath of the Great Recession, for example, 5 years had passed before employers' jobs openings hit the pre-downturn level. 5 years. Americans, in turn, might feel like they have fewer job prospects out there, and another factor keeping them in the same position that they were in. A kind of job security, so to speak. In more recent labor markets, job openings are still near record levels, making economists push back on the notion that the U.S. economy is currently in a recession, or even though it shrank for 2 consecutive quarters, employers have about 10.5 million vacant positions with the ratio of jobless workers to job openings just under 2 to 1, as at 2023. Now, with the new administration coming in, that number has significantly increased because of immediate job cuts. And we're talking about people that were in secure jobs. Slashed. Like those sound effects? Yeah. Lala says, I've seen 2 major reorganizations since 2018 that I wasn't prepared for, and they definitely impacted savings and the ability to bounce back. Yeah. Which makes you wonder, how exactly do you prepare for something like this? Because now you have fewer jobs, which often mean the worker power dynamic shifts. Workers have less bargaining power. Smaller raises, less flexibility ensues. Businesses might not be in a hurry to replace individuals who have left. While fewer people quitting might mean fewer companies are short-handed. They might also offer fewer raises, if they even have the wherewithal to boost pay at all. Flexible work arrangements brought on by the pandemic, such as remote or alternative schedules, might even start to fade. Recessions certainly reduce workers' leverage to ask for more from employers. For a higher wage, some sort of non-monetary benefit or extra work of leave, retirement plan, and even work location. Workers lose that leverage because of the idea, if I would lose this job, where else would I go? Financial institutions are often stricter about lending money out, either to cut costs or to avoid the ultimate risk of an individual or business being unable to pay them back. Chase, Wells Fargo, Citibank stopped accepting applications for new home equity lines of credit during the coronavirus pandemic, tightening the belt the same way a consumer would during a downturn. Credit card companies, meanwhile, reduced credit card limits for some cardholders. Those decisions can make it harder for businesses and consumers to find funding. Americans can feel recessions in their retirement accounts, with bumpy markets often weighing on their investments. They might even start to feel that impact long before any recession has officially begun. So the recession might be going on, but if it is not labeled as one, then can you call it so? During a recession, the stock market can often enter what is called a bear market, which is defined as a period where stocks lose at least 20% of their value. Those can have near-term impacts on valuations, with the average S&P 500 bear market since 1929 resulting in a roughly 37% decline, according to bank rate analysis. Workers who graduate and try to find their job during a recession can also be hard hit. When workers are hired during a downturn, they likely take lower wages than they would have had they found a job in a strong economy. And this is according to a Department of Labor analysis. Those workers often play a game of catch-up for at least 10 years. The prime examples is millennials graduating during the Great Recession. Over their lifetime, they can account to a tremendous sum of money that they have lost out on. With sidelined businesses likely not producing as much as they could, recessions are considered unproductive and often destructive. Basically, recessions leave resources wasted, and it takes time. It takes a while for them all to come back online. Everyone has a different recession experience, in part depending on their residence and job. Some positions can be cyclical. The airlines and auto industry, for example, might be hurt in a downturn because fewer people can afford to travel or make big ticket purchases. Demand for other jobs, such as healthcare industry, persists with or without a downturn. Individuals who could afford to build an emergency fund, meanwhile, will likely not feel as stressed as the lower income earners who lived paycheck to paycheck and struggled to stash money away. Long-running inequalities make recessions even harder for historically disadvantaged groups. The unemployment rates for black and white workers, for example, behave similarly during recessions, but white Americans are often called back to work twice as fast. Yet, it is said there is no racism. Well, statistics show something else. When we think about the economy, we talk about it as if it is one thing. It's not. According to Maryville University's Peters, every individual experience with a recession, should we be in one, is going to feel different because it is going to depend on your situation. How is your situation shaping up for a potential recession right now? Here's the thing. Many of us live paycheck to paycheck. So, can we weather the storm of a recession right now? Does it only stand to benefit those who are already in cushy jobs? Or, like Lala said, the big businesses? We're going to take another break. When we come back, we look at some areas of business or some business types that could actually thrive in a recession. If you're looking to, I would say, switch or even augment your income, supplement it. If you want to get a job on the side or develop a skill on the side, one of these businesses that we're going to talk about when we come back from the break might be the ideal thing for you. We'll find out in a minute. Stick around. Get somebody to hang out with you. Grab your notepads because you might want one of these job areas. One of these areas of business might be something you've been looking into, and this might be the information that you need to solidify your next move. We'll be right back.
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew, Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And Brother Mitch, Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can direct the thing. I did not. Foundation. People just get the app.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home
in a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to the Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
I'm also blessed with my brother Kevin Stewart. Brother, we have to talk. Yeah. All I see. Kevin, you're working hard, while some people hardly working. Rest your foot, you're working hard. Alright, I am on I-95 driving to my 9 to 5. I have to work hard, I'm trying to survive. Cause I live in a cover my nose now like a N95. This world not working out like gym where people exercise. From paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. We are fret because the liquor when we get it can't stretch. Paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. Me are fret because the liquor when we get it can't stretch. The bills them always I come and said them never yet stop. It's like we get catching a debt like them set a dead trap. Bills reaching on my house and when the door them lock. Mortgage and rent upon the table I relax. Food building at the kitchen I mash up plate and pot. Phone bill it have to pay because you know we have to chat. Don't even mention the light bill cause I shock that a shock. Wifey said the water go up and she turn on the pipe cock. From paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. Me a fret because the liquor when me get it can't stretch. Paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. We are fret because the liquor when we get it can't stretch. We have to pay for the place so yet the place we want live. If I no rent you a pay you have to pay the mortgage. And none of them no care if you live on the one bridge. Between a rock and a hard place I am the sandwich. Me work hard till me yellow like me out down. This me work hard in a the cold they come me like a warm fridge. Me know say enough for people them couldn't manage, Lord. Hold on, from paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. We are fret because the liquor what we get it can't stretch. Paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. Kevin a fret because the liquor what him get it can't. paycheck, to paycheck, to pay debt, to pay debt. Kevin a fret, cause the liquor with him get it can't stretch. Paycheck, Stewie, alright. I am on I-95 driving to my 9 to 5. I have to work hard, I'm trying to survive. Cause I live in a cover, my nose no like a N95. This world not working out like my people exercise. From paycheck to paycheck to pay debt to pay debt. We are fit because the liquor what we get.
Tune courtesy of Brimstone.
To pay debt to pay debt. We are fit because the liquor what we get.
Here Brimstone attack my life. It's called Paycheck. Help us. Help us. Lord, help us. Yeah, Merlin, I know you like that one. I want to thank Merlin for connecting me with the artist Brimstone. I don't regret it one bit. Now, there are some businesses that actually thrive in recessions. And I want to welcome you back to the broadcast. Those of you just joining in, this is the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, and it's Community and Finance Night. Tonight, we're looking at recession, and we're asking the question, who benefits? Recessions are difficult times for most individuals and businesses, according to Investopedia. Some people suffer financially, and even more worry that they might become subject to the negative aspects of economics as an economic slowdown. There's also a psychological effect to it, of course. But for a select group of professionals and companies, a recession may actually be an opportunity to thrive and grow. And we're going to look at some of those areas that may exist right now. Now, some key takeaways for you. Not all businesses and industries feel the same pain during an economic downturn. Some businesses benefit as consumers cut back on substitute products and other competing options. Some companies may offer cheaper alternatives to luxuries or discretionary purchases. Other businesses that do well during recessions provide the consumer staples that are needed by most people, which they must continue to buy. And there are also fundamental services that consumers cannot do without, even in hard times. So which are some of those? Well, we have our accountants. No matter what the economy is like, and let me go ahead and remind you, the phone line is open and available if you want to call in 773-789-STEW. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp, you can Telegram from anywhere in the world. 773-789-7839. Don't be shy. You're just talking with me, and some people are overhearing. That's all it is. 773-789-7839. Accountants, no matter what the economy is like, individuals and businesses have to pay taxes and keep their finances in order. These responsibilities can be even more important in tougher economic times. So accountants are important. They're likely to experience an increase in business during a recession. And that's because many people and small businesses may require the help of a professional to ensure that they're making use of all the tax benefits available to them. Also, it has become common for new government benefit programs, loan guarantees, and financial regulations to be rolled out, updated, or expanded during recessions and other economic crises. Accountants can help people understand and navigate the new requirements and benefits of these changes for their business and professional finances. At the very worst, some people may require the services of an accountant if they're forced to file bankruptcy. One of the things about accountants is there has been accounting programs that have been put in place that do the job pretty well. So you have to just plug in the numbers and it does the rest for you. Not to say that it can replace an accountant. So if that is your area of expertise, you might want to tighten up and sharpen up and make yourself more available. If any industry can be said to be recession proof, it is healthcare. People get sick in good times and in bad times. So the healthcare industry isn't likely to have the same the same level of cutbacks or job losses that other less essential businesses may experience. So if you're in the healthcare field, well, you may be pretty safe. The only thing is that there's a business side to healthcare also. And if people are unable to pay for medical services, what do you think is going to happen? Now, of course, a hospital is not supposed to turn away an individual that needs medical care. But we've heard otherwise, haven't we? People who have substantial assets or assets crucial to their well-being, regardless of the amount or size, they want to ensure that their money and property are well taken care of, especially during a recession. So who they gonna call? Financial advisors and economists. That is where they come into play. Beyond matters of personal finance, individuals and businesses seek advice and insight regarding current and future economic trends and or paths to recovery. Economists often see a massive increase in demand for their services as the general public, businesses, and government policymakers grapple with the recession. Consultants, government policy advisors, and even media personalities may also find opportunities to market their experience and expertise during uncertain economic times. Auto repair and maintenance is also on this list. In tough economic times, people are less likely to purchase a new vehicle. Instead, they'll repair the vehicle that they currently have. Auto repair and maintenance shops rake in cash during a recession when people will fork over a few $100s on repairs to avoid a monthly payment on a car or a car loan. However, there have been counterexamples. And that has happened in recent recessions. You have the Cash for Clunkers program that was instituted in the Great Recession, which spurred a modest spike in new car sales. Then you have your home maintenance stores. Many people will choose the DIY method, the do-it-yourself. The home renovation, the upgrades. They'll do it themselves rather than call or consider selling and moving during a recession. Depending on credit conditions, borrowing to buy a new home is usually not an option for most people during a recession. Companies in the business of providing tools and materials for home improvement, maintenance, and repair projects are likely to see a stable or even increasing demand during a recession. So do many appliance repair service people. If you can do it yourself, go ahead, have at it. New home builders do not get in on the action as much, however. They are among the worst hit as bank lending gets tighter. Demand for new homes dry up, and home sales tend to slump, or drop. So the construction industry may fare better off in moving over to the repair industry. So those that offer the construction services would, since they know how to build them, they should know how to repair them, right? So to stay afloat, they may very well just change their model just a little bit. Home staging experts. Now, this one I found interesting on this list. It can be difficult to sell a home during a recession, but some people have to do it. And people who specialize in home staging thrive as the housing market becomes increasingly competitive. Home staging specialists might be real estate agents or interior design professionals, or they may be both. A staging expert increases the appeal of a home and the likelihood of a sale by furnishing and decorating it to look its best to potential buyers. That's why when you go into some developments, you'll have a model home. That was pretty much put together by an interior designer or a staging expert or a staging specialist. Then you have rental agents and property management companies. People who may not be able to afford to buy a home during a recession, and people who are forced to sell for financial reasons, still gonna need somewhere to live, right? The answer for many, if not in the long term, definitely in the short term, is to rent. Rental agents, landlords, and property management companies thrive during a recession, when renting is likely to become a more appealing housing solution. Recessions often lead to an increase in shared living arrangements also, such as people moving in with parents or extended family members, or just friends getting together in order to make the expense a little bit lower. For many, dining out during a recession becomes a financial extravagance. And at a time when money may be short, not high on the list of things to do. Supermarkets often see an increase in sales as people choose to cook more meals at home and even entertain their friends at home more often. So you have supermarkets and grocery stores doing really well in a recession. How exactly that happens when people don't have money, I'm not too sure. But they do. And last but not by no means least on this list, bargain and discount stores. People cut back on luxuries during a recession. We know this. But that doesn't mean they avoid spending on items that are not strictly necessary. There's even a tongue-in-cheek economic theory that called the lipstick index, which argues that sales of cosmetics will always rise during bad times because they are a relatively affordable luxury. So things may not be good for you, but it doesn't mean that you can't look good in them. When a recession reduces resources of income or threatens livelihoods, people look for less expensive products, whether they are discretionary or not. Importantly, for products considered staples, those items needed every day by individuals, bargains and discount stores offer solutions. Bargain and discount stores see a great deal of traffic in a tough economy. People from all economic classes, including those who otherwise would never step foot into one of these discount or bargain stores, they rethink their shopping habits when in a recession. So you have your bargain and discount stores, you have your grocery stores, rental agents and property management companies, home staging experts, home maintenance stores. And I'd expand that into those who do home repair, auto repair and maintenance. You have your financial advisors and economists, healthcare providers, and your accountants. These areas tend to stay afloat or thrive in a recession. Do you have any of these skill sets? Are you one in that owns any such business? Well, if we're facing a recession, you should be okay. In fact, you may need to send me your number because I might need to come get a job with you.
Them and them economical plan still can't find a solution. Borrowing money for lend. World Bank and our friend.
As we get into musical therapy, this is Life and Debt.
All are we afraid.
Mota Baruka working out with Glenn Brownie.
Farmers get a blow, foreign food so and so. American farmers get a upper hand, while our farmers going 1-1. Bankrupt, news flash. Big boy item stash. No money, no job. Borrowing money for lend. Capitalism and our friend. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Carry come, carry gone, everything. Too much importing, debt increase, country the police. Politicians are fraud, the people draw bad card. Things no cool, them take with a fool. Gunshot in the street, blood pan sheet, sour no sweet. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. But things have to turn are a pure fireburn. Someone will have to pay. No more man out of clear. No more blind faith. We need food in our plate. Look how long we are sweat. Too much foreign debt. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Farmers get a blow. Foreign food so and so. American farmers get a upper hand, while our farmers gone one by one. Bank crash, slash, news flash. Big boy holding stash. No money, no job. Borrowing money for lend. Capitalism and our friend. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. But things have it turn are a pure fireburn. Someone will have to pay. No more man out of clear. No more blind faith. We need food in our plate. Look how long we are sweat. Too much foreign debt. Is life and death, all are we afraid. Is life and death, freedom not yet. Life and death, all are we afraid. Life and death, freedom not yet. Life and death, all are we afraid.
Mr. Wicked and cruel, Mr. Bossman, you're hurting my home. Mr. Bossman, I feel you're hurting my home. Mr. Bossman, you're hurting my home. Mr. Bossman, I feel you're hurting my home.
working for yourself, you can earn a better bread than working for a man who's treating you night and day. What can I do? What more can I say? The harder we work, the more you cut the little pay. Boss man, you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Oh Lord, Mr. Boss man, you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. When Friday come and I collect the little much, at times I feel to hide from my wife and children. When I ask you for a raise, you tell me have patience. You are tougher than rock, you no got no conscience. Boss man, you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't take the pressure, no Lord. Can't take the stress, God. No, 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 no. Can't take the pressure. Oh, Sunday morning bright and early, I hear my little one crying out for him belly. We do all the work while you collect the money. Enough night the family go to bed hungry. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Oh Lord, Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Boy, tell everyone they got to look at me. Yes, I wonder to themselves for me no mad already. They just remember send me no pay no school fee. So me a go down the road go check me breaking outfit. Boss man, ease up the pressure. I say you're hurting my own. You make me a suffer. Mr. Boss man,
This is Errol Matic.
I say you're hurting my own.
Track called Mr. Boss Man.
Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own. Mr. Boss man, I say you're hurting my own.
Get up on your feet and clean up the mess. Yes, look so dirty and start more rest. Who no look ya know? Hey, Broomy, you got no contest. Broomy.
This is Jordan.
Oh, Sanya. I'm green and old. Broomy.
Track called Broomy.
Hey, yes, sir, it's a boy Jordan Congo Bongo himself, and I represent for Kevin Stew on the night shift. City in and Kamola vibes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes, look so dirty and start more rest. Who no look ya know? Hey, Broomy, you got no contest. Broomy. Me and them in a house and yard. I'm green and old. Broomy.
You know, we're gonna still need those products in around the home, right? Like our brooms. That's what Broomy do.
Cause I'm not afraid to say I'm a brewman. The place where no barn and grow is a broomland.
True story.
Paper, pen and knife in Clarendon. I was start that trade. See, you never know I am trade man think ancient. Broomy. Me and them in a house and yard. I'm green and old. Pick up a bar in the yard.
and hold. Room and room and room and room and room. With the copper pan in the jar, in the jar. Voila, oh they pick out the broom, witchcraft, witchcraft. But I will have broom to clean up them eyes. Me Billy broom, we sweep out nasty days. Me Billy broom, we sweep out bad mind. Me have a broom, we sweep out Corona. Me Billy broom, we sweep out Babylon. Me Billy broom, we sweep out GMO. Me Billy broom, we sweep out all them plans. Me Billy broom, to clean up the world. So all I broom, every boy and girl and sing broom and broom and broom and broom and broom. We have them in a house and yard, house and yard. I'm green and gold broom and broom and broom and broom and broom. The couple bar in a the car, in a the car.
Went back home through my neighborhood in a jail. And on my old block is where I found a couple of hydrants on a wall. They shouted up.
This is super talented Miss Annette Brissett.
They stated some was stretching.
Title track from the album of the same name.
Lovely.
Lift our head.
Babylon always trying to control our tempo. Babylon always trying to keep us under. So I try to give them strength. I try to give them strength when I say, don't you worry about a thing. Just to lift our head and rise against the pressure. Can't you see what a going out there? Disaster after disaster. What more can I say? What more can I do? I wonder who the hell they think they are fooling. Where were they long time ago when prophecy was revealing? High cost of living, low minimum wages. Right now my children are suffer. Lift our head up and rise against the pressure. Just hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. And all you see are one out there. Listen, is disaster after disaster. Ooh, cha-cha. So I try to give them strength. I try to give them strength in my song, my words, my music. This is my song. Lifting your head up and rise against the pressure. Just hold your head up high to the sky. I try to give them strength. This is my song to you and you. Lift our head, rise against the pressure. Just hold on to the sky. Hold your head up high. All you see are one out there, just disaster. One disaster after another. Lift our head, rise against the pressure. Oh Lord, just hold your head up high. Try to reach the sky. What more can I say? That haven't already been said. You did already did, and lift your head up and rise against the pressures and hold your head up high.
Miss Annette Brissett A track called Lift Your Head Up. Actually, I want to remind you all about something coming up. Let me go ahead and bring this up for you. Coming up this week, it's this weekend already. Oh my goodness. Moment for Life. And this is someone who is right here with us tonight in the chat as food is the staff of life, but very expensive. Yeah, Merlin, for real. Sorry, I'm easily distracted like a child. Big ups to Lala celebrating her Earth Date this week. And on Saturday, those who are in South Florida can go celebrate with her at her birthday bash happening at 30 Lounge down in Hollywood. It is Lala's Moment for Life. So go ahead and make your preparations to be a part of this celebration. Get to celebrate Lala on, well, not on, but right after her Earth Date. Those of you who caught her on the broadcast heard her say that she is a pie baby in every sense of the word, with her Earth Date being 3.14. It's a math thing. So if you're not into the math thing, you're not gonna get it. But 314 is her Earth Date. And early happy Earth Date to you, Lala. Much love. Here's to another trip around the sun. This is music from Yamistic of his newly released album.
So sweet and lovely.
It's called Let Me Be Yours.
Here alone, I'm loving the way you move.
Produced by the Global Bass's very own Mr. Ed Robinson.
To share with you just one day.
From the album Here With Me.
I'm not too forward, stepping to you this way, but the way you prove it caught my eyes, can't resist. I'll be delighted if you take my hands until together we can dance the night away. Let's get lost to the music. Your body moves so fluid.
give you a double play from the album Here With Me. This is your Mystic.
She knows, everybody knows. So by now he knows she belongs to the streets. Yes, I'm sure she knows, cause everybody knows. So by now he knows she belongs to the streets. You claim you love him but you lie, taking it out for a ride, living your life so fly, purposely destroying his pride. Always wanting more, with one foot out the door. Now he's a loser, losing the love forever. Be careful of them she devil, unspoken evil, swearing on the Bible.
You're very welcome, Lala.
She knows, cause everybody knows. So by now he knows she belongs to the streets. Yes, I'm sure she knows, cause everybody knows. So by now he knows she belongs to the streets. She should have don't ever know the trouble I see. No, 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 you know what I mean. You don't know.
This is Ryan Dangerous.
Girl, you don't ever feel the pain in my heart.
Reggae Global Radio's VP.
Don't know where I've been.
Them full of talent over there, now.
Even with sorrows, I'm grateful for life. I made it through the pressure, and I know how to survive. All along, I gave you the best of me. My character's tested today, and my conscience free. In the darkness, I found the strength for life. I've seen the light of day. I know I will survive. My shadow has conquered fear, and the walls have the writings. The message is clear, and I felt so alive when you said your goodbyes. You don't wanna live a lie, don't wanna live a lie. So you don't really care no more. You never cared. Yeah, could it be the fear of loving me keeping you away? I hear that you were sad inside, sad all the time. You cry. I guess you were having regrets.
So very true, Merlin.
To me, but it's a shame how you have wasted my time. We can't get it back, whether it's yours or mine. Girl, you don't ever know, you don't ever know the trouble I see. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you know? You don't know where I've been. Where? Girl, you don't ever feel. Girl, you don't ever feel. Me wrong. You did, girl. You know it's true.
This is new music from G. Cole.
So I moved on. Yeah.
It's called Forgiven.
Thought you did too.
Courtesy of the Global Bass.
This is life I'm living. I was hurt, but now I'm chilling. Just chillin', everything you've done, forgiven. I did it for me. Yes, I did it. Yes, I did it for me. You've done me wrong. You know it's true. Thought I moved on. I'm gonna love. This is life I'm living. everything you've done. Forgiven. I did it for me. Yes, I did it. I did it for me. Roll back the hands of time and maybe we can try again. Love might be kind this time, but baby, the fire might just die again. My friends, they might say I must be crazy. You're only gonna lie again. So what I'll do, I'm gonna love this life I'm living. I was hurt, but now I'm chilling. Just chilling. Everything you've done, forgive. I did it for me. Yes, I did. Yes, I did it for me. Bless up, bless up, bless up.
This is Yeshka.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me sister. Bless up, bless up, bless up.
That's the title of the track right there.
Bless up, me I drink. Bless up, bless up, bless up.
As we bless up the place, you know.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Street soldier. In the beginning, we all live as one. One family. One family. Yeah. Life was so beautiful. We had one loving community. That's why me say bless up, bless up, bless up. Me I drink. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me sister. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me sister. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me brother. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me I drink. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me sister. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me brother. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Street soldier. We gotta love each other, no matter where we are or where we live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta honor our ancestors. They're the reason why we are here. Oh yeah. That's why we say, listen, love, laugh, live and play. Love each other. Listen, love, laugh, live and play.
Bless up, cause
listen, love, laugh, live and play. Understand each other. Listen, love, laugh, live and play. Appreciate each other. Bless up, bless up, bless up. May I drink. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Mrs. String. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Mrs. Star. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Me brother. Bless up, bless up, bless up. May I drink. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Mrs. String. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up.
Memories of you keep running through my mind. Remembering how you keep me on the line.
This is Winchester T.
I waited a long time.
It's called Look What Love Can Do.
To let you know I want you to be mine, baby. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Now I stand back and smile. I smile just like a child. Look what love can do. Now it's just me. Now it's just you. I love to hold and tease you. All the things you put me through, I could have given up on you, but I know I need you in my life. Now here we are as man and wife. Oh, what a life. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Now I stand back and smile. I smile just like a child. Look what love can do. Now it's just me. Now it's just you. Let's build a home together. We go through many weather. You're my one and only lover. Love you. Love
to have you under the cover. Just wanna keep you here forever, my lover. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Look what love can do. Now it's just me and you. Now I stand back and smile. I smile just like a child, baby. Look what love can do. Now it's just me. Now it's just you.
Have to throw in a tune from Dread Eye Dread Band.
One God we must be counted.
It's called All Over the World.
To be united and one. In this land we are discounted. Got to end our division amongst men now. So many have been replaced. With the power money brings pain. No. There's no reason to be anxious. Got to stand up and rise again now. All over the world, people are changing. Changing, my God, for the better. All over the world, people are changing. Changing for the better. To my people, we are saying there's got to be a better way. To my parents that are absent in their children's upbringing, will. To my children in this dunya, they got nobody to see them well. Oh God, it's almost over. Righteous people will rise again. Oh my God, all over the world, people are changing for the better. All over the world, all over this world, people are changing for the better. If you check the facts about life, what's the cause of all the war and strife? If you think about who and what you have learned in school, they never taught us the golden rule.
This is Kumar Fire.
Reverse engineer everything you learn, and then you realize we never need them gun.
It's called Worldwide Love.
We need worldwide love, and not the ready bring it come.
And this is the message that I want to leave with you
No, we never need
as we part company.
no
Another night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, Community and Finance Night.
serpent.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in.
Cemetery, I fool them walk.
Thank you to the affiliates.
Oh no, no.
Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, on Harmony Radio, NIE Radio, Mix102.com, Earth 96 FM, Island Worldwide. Thank you all. Truly appreciate love you. And thank you to the listeners and viewers, near and far.
Before these ways, remember I and I will always be around.
You're very welcome, Merlin. I try. And as we part company, remember, look up for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, or they walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Steele, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele. Saturdays, for the Saturday Stew. Catch up with y'all later on. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I bid you all a good night. Be good. But if you can't be good at it. I'm out of here.
Watch the earth start dance, we never need them gold.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.